We mostly got it. Are we there? We're live. Okay. So sorry. We had quite the confusion over here with YouTube Lives. I thought I had everything set, and yet there's a little check mark that says you're using a web scanning service versus live. So learn that lesson. Won't happen again. We have everything on. I know we are 2 minutes late, so I hope that people didn't get on and not know what was going on. We might want to check the meetup and make sure that people weren't trying to log on and couldn't. So with lives, you don't get a preview. So we kind of have to like double check our angles and if our lights are right and, get all that stuff together. But tonight we are talking about preparing for Aquarius season. Yay, Mitzi found us. Thank you, Mitzi. Hi. We were late, so I'm so glad you were able to make it because we were struggling for the last 2 minutes getting on. So that was a whole ordeal. But we are here now to talk about preparing for Aquarius season.
And Mitzi she messaged us. So
for the link. Yeah, so with YouTube Lives, it's just getting right onto the channel. No link required. And then it should just say that we're going live. That's it. So it's supposed to be easier.
It's supposed to be easier unless you set the
unless you do some other stuff and make it complicated.
Yes.
Like I just did.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh. So in the sort of rush to do all of this, I do not have enough drink to get me through the meeting because I talk so much I usually get dry. So can you handle it for like
I think
couple
why
minutes?
is it so dark in here though? Do I need to turn on my overhead light? Because
we're
usually in your office downstairs and we have more light. So I just feel like it's very dark.
For anyone who can hear us right now, does the lighting seem okay? We're still working out the kinks. So. Are we totally dark like we see ourselves, or
no?
Are we illuminated?
Can I read the notes? I like to read the notes.
Like that. Oh, you mean this? The
y'all
screen,
look,
not us.
Y'all look what?
Y'all look fun. Look fun. We look fun. I love it.
Look fun.
Okay, I have to grab a quick drink before we start.
Right.
I'm so sorry.
Oh my gosh.
It's fine. It's fine.
Okay, so we'll be together here in just a minute. So Aquarius. All right, I'm gonna start reading some of your notes, I think, Jamie, unless you want me to wait for you.
No, you go right ahead.
All right. So no, she's back.
It's me.
All right.
It's me. Hi. I'm the problem. It's me. Yeah. All right. Thank you, Taylor, for those epic lyrics. I love them. Okay. So with Aquarius season coming up, you guys, I think that it's one of the more misunderstood, unless you are an Aquarius and you've looked into it. I think for other zodiac signs, we're kind of going like Aquarius, right? So water bearer, but it means air, but it pours water, but it means air. You're like, what the hell is this sign? And what are we supposed to do during Aquarius season? Well, I want to explain the actual imagery behind Aquarius so that you can kind of make your own connection, because that's what witchcraft is all about. As we learn things, we start making the connections so that we can use them in our life so they become more relevant. It's creating our own library of knowledge, which is something very accustomed to the Aquarius sign. But so a long time ago, let's go way back, thousands of years, okay? Way, way, way back. The water bearer is a symbol of, in the old world, so we're talking the Middle East and Europe and all the places where, humanity first settled, not America. Back in the time of Aquarius rising, which was when it was Aquarius season, that is when the rains came, okay? So that's why the water bearer is a symbol for this time, because the rains came during the time of the Aquarius season. That's where we get the water bearer from. But that's not the end of it. All right. The imagery I want you to connect with the air sign and the water bearer is that this person, whether you see it as a man, a woman, an inanimate object pouring water into something, it's actually creating waves. It's why the Aquarius symbol is the two wave lines like that. It's energy moving forward. And here's a secret that I've never told anybody. I don't know why, because I figured everybody would figure it out. But here's a secret for you guys. If you turn the Aquarius symbol, right, 2 squiggly lines like this, turn it like this, where they're standing up, those are lightning bolts. And that connects way more with air, the symbol of air, than it does with water. So there is your little clue to remembering that Aquarius, the water bearer, is actually an energy promoter. It's making waves, it's pushing out energy, it's creating change. And that if you turn it sideways, it's actually lightning bolts, which is more connected with the air sign than anything. What do you think about that?
I love that. I love that. It's the easy way to remember it.
It is.
And it actually makes sense. An interesting thing. So Natasha is married to an Aquarius and she has 2 sons that are Aquarius. I've only known a few Aquarius and honestly, like I feel like they're hard to figure out.
Yeah.
You know,
and it says that. You know, their description says that. They're hard
like
to
they're
know.
hard to read. They're hard for me to
sometimes,
read because they stay pretty much to themselves, at least my experience with them.
Well, other words that describe Aquarius are eccentric, the mad scientist, sort of aloof in a way where you can't figure out what their motive is because it's so internal that they're not just going to tell you what they're all about. Like they're just not professing all of their isms. They really just believe it and then they act on it. This is a season of action and change. They may not let you know that they're going out to join a protest that could possibly have them arrested, but they're just going to go do it. They're like, I'm doing this. I decided. I believe it. So each of the zodiac signs has a motto. I'm not sure if everybody knows that, but like for Pisces, mine is I believe, right? We're at the very end of everything. So it's finally like belief over knowledge. But Aquarius, who comes before Pisces, their motto is I know. And if you think about Capricorn is not I see that Sagittarius. Oh no, I'm turning to my notes because I got ahead of myself. I use. Okay, so if you think about this, if we experiment with things first, then we know. We've done the work. We know what that feels like. Then we believe in the things that we know. That's how you go from Capricorn, Aquarius to Pisces. We're ending out that zodiac cycle, and then we're starting back with Aries, which is I am, like I'm the embodiment. I need myself to be known. I'm the person, I'm the internal fire. But for transitioning between Capricorn, I use. So they've used all the things that they've seen, they felt, they feel. I can go through the rest of them towards the end of this, but then going into Aquarius of I know. It's like I know myself. That is such a good representation of the Aquarius symbol. I know myself. It's why they stand up for social injustices, why they're looking at doing humanitarian efforts, why they're going out into the world and trying to create big changes, because they know. They've been through the other 10 zodiac signs and they're in the 11th, which is a master number. And now they're pushing out that change into the world.
Well, and the other thing, something I didn't realize for a very long time is that every sign builds on and responds to the one that comes before it. And so Aquarius is responding to Capricorn, which is all about very serious, and it invites us to get weird and crazy.
Get
and funky.
weird.
Yeah.
Be the weirdos.
Yeah.
Okay.
And embrace that weirdness. Which is why I'm like hippie chick tonight, because that's
oh. You guys want to see my weirdness I embrace tonight? Okay. Both my mom and my sister go, what's up with your nails? Because it's just not me. I did a rainbow of green across my nails. And I don't know how evident it is on camera, but I did green eyeshadow too. I'm getting way outside of my comfort zone. I've never done that. I've never done this. But guess what? So the sign of air is yellow, which we may have discussed that I don't connect with that at all. And my sign is water. So that's blue to me. So blue and yellow make green. So I totally embraced the green and the transition of, or at least the blending of the Aquarius season with my Pisces self. I went all green this time around.
So the other thing about the relationship between how Capricorn influences Aquarius is that Capricorn promises us success by following the rules, and Aquarius wants us to imagine brand new rules.
Or breaking all of
or
them.
breaking all the rules.
Mm-hmm.
Aquarius encourages us to be visionary in our thinking and defiant in our idealism.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes. Get way out there.
Yeah.
Get way out there. Well, I wrote down something that I thought was kind of important. I don't usually put a lot of like watch out for this type things, because I feel like if we say fear this, right, watch out for this, people are gonna be like, oh no, that needs to be the caution sign. It's less about the good and more about like the, oh no, I don't want to step on something, whatever. Okay, but there is a slight cautionary tale for you during Aquarius season. And you probably already know this because it happens in all seasons, but be more aware of it during Aquarius season. Boredom. Boredom is the nemesis of Aquarius. It wants to be in action. It wants to be doing. It wants to be using what it has used in the past and it knows for sure works. And so it wants the action. So
Oh
if
my
you
gosh.
are...
Go ahead.
What?
No, I just have
Something clicked?
I have some notes about this very thing and
Yeah.
how it might manifest in your life. I'm sorry I interrupted you.
No,
I broke
I
your
do
train.
it
I
too.
broke your
All
I
the
broke your
time.
train of thought.
No,
But
no. This
is a Aquarius season is when you may grow tired of convention or conventional ways of doing things. And you want to push the boundaries, or you may find yourself just not wanting to do the mundane, like dishes and laundry and grocery shopping.
Wait, is that why my laundry's been sitting in my living room?
Well,
for 2
we were
days?
just talking. We were just talking about me hiring somebody to do the floor,
Yes.
clean my floors
Yeah.
and my bathrooms because I'm just so tired of it. I don't want to do it anymore.
Oh my gosh. Actually, I don't know if it was last meetup, but I said, I'm really over this housewife stuff.
You did say that. Yes, yes. There
I
you
didn't
go.
even
So
realize
the
it.
energy
And
manifesting
usually,
itself.
I love
in our
my
lives.
home. I love my home. I love taking care of my home. I designed the whole damn thing, but I've just kind of been over it lately. Like, I want to do this. So, oh man. So we're feeling the energy of Aquarius season, maybe a little bit early. And that's okay. Wherever you feel it, like just explore it and let it go. And I guess the best way to say this is like, it's your excuse. Use it. Just be like, hey, it's Aquarius season. I don't feel like doing my chores. So I'll get to them in Pisces season.
Or, some out of the box thinking on solving problems.
Yeah.
I was making a list of things that, how you might make the most of this. And such as, let's say you have a problem that you've been trying to solve. It's like, think outside the box for solutions for that, because that is the energy of Aquarius season, is thinking outside of the box, revolutionary.
But it's also purpose. And I think that's why it becomes like out of the box thinking or revolutionary, because Kat and I have talked about this before. And it's actually like my sister's, I think it's her purpose, is to break the template for the mundane, for what's expected of us, have that 9-to-5 job, raise those children, like whatever it is, the template of life that's sort of been set up for us, which the witch archetype,
which confines us.
Well, no, I was going to say the witch archetype, right? Being a witch breaks that mundane cycle of like, we have no power, women have a place, like, whatever those isms are that are past, that are long ago. The Aquarius season is where we break out of those routines and those, what are those things called when people like put you in your cookie cutter, pigeonholed. Oh man, there was a word I was thinking, like Stepford Wives type something, where it's like you have one place.
So we all have to be the same.
Yeah, be like the same. Have your place,
Yeah, stay in your place, mind your manners.
Yeah.
Cross your T's and dot your I's and line your lips and don't tell lies.
Yeah. Don't be, it's all of the isms of like, I guess. So when I was sort of coming into adulthood, this is in, 1999, I was 18 and I joined the military, and who was fully coming out into her own was Christina Aguilera. And she was a Disney kid. And so I really remember her remarkable transition into what she really wanted to symbolize, because she was held down a lot when she was a young singer, and she was criticized because she was small and didn't look the part for some stuff, and she had to break out in her own way. And I love that. So her album Stripped is actually from like 2020, 21, 22. I love that album. And then that's when Beyonce stuff was coming out. Oh man, when she broke free from Destiny's Child. So this is all the things that were happening to me in my early 20s that really felt like my own personal Aquarius season, where I was breaking free from everything. Like I could date somebody or, have a boyfriend, but not tell anybody and be like, it's nobody's business. I can do what the hell I want. I'm a grown ass woman. I don't need anybody approving of my decisions. I do what I want to do. That was a lot, but that's basically the feeling of Aquarius season, where you're breaking out of the norms and you're trying not to. I know that this is probably hard for all of us. Caring what people think, especially family members, significant others, your children. Caring what other people think keeps us safe. That's our mentality from long, long ago, to be able to be accepted in a group so that we can survive longer. Guess what? We are in a totally new world, and we don't need others like that, the family unit, to survive. We can survive on our own, and we can create our new family units. They don't have to be blood relatives. And I think I love that about our world now. I get to choose who I consider family. Although, yes, this is my family, and I love her. I love her so much. And my sister and my brother and my husband and my kid, and his family is even my family now. But when I bring my friends into my circle, those are then my family. I mean, that's how I consider it. It's like I didn't get cousins and aunts and whoever's. I got these friends. I got these witch friends that I get to bring in close to my circle. And I'm writing my own Aquarius story with that, like breaking free of the traditions and doing it my own way. That's Aquarius energy. That's what you have to look forward to. And this is the prompt, I guess. I always read that, or I see it in those little things like, this is your sign to start this. You've seen the videos, right? Where they're like, if you're seeing this is your sign to start your own business, or whatever they say. But Aquarius season is that. It is a start for you to do something different that you've wanted to do. The universe is like fully backing you. If it feels like your purpose, if it feels like it's something that truly lives in your heart, go forward and do it, whatever that is. Judgment free of other people. Like, who cares what the other people think? Like, who cares? That is something you'll have to do shadow work on to get rid of, about really caring what other people might think of you, because they don't matter. If they loved you, they'd understand what you were going through and that you're trying to better yourself. And if they judge you, they don't truly love you. They're just like, I need you to fit into my life nicely, and you're doing the opposite. Stop being an octagon and be a square. Okay.
Well, that was one of my notes about taking advantage of this, like how to take advantage of the energy around the season, was like, if you worry about what other people think, judgments from your neighbors or your coworkers or your social media friends and foe, now is the time to not give a damn. So this is the season for that. Just let that shit go.
There's a book.
Let that shit go.
There's actually a book called Let That Shit Go. It's great.
And there's also something about, there's also another one with a cuss word in it.
Zen as fuck. I own both of these books.
Oh no, there's another one called How Not to Give a Fuck or something.
The subtle art of not giving a fuck.
Okay, yes. Yeah. So there's so if you need some encouragement because you're not quite whatever in that mindset where you can
break free yet.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's all right. There's encouragement out there. There's lots of people who are helping people break free. Being in witchcraft is breaking free. That is returning to something that is more natural instead of something systematic that we're all taught to do. So I consider witchcraft like that. And did you know? Okay, you were about to say something, but did you know? Did you know? Aquarius is the sign for astrology. Okay, so like
what?
Aquarius is the sign for astrology.
What does that mean? Exactly.
All right. So
are you guys confused?
So
explain yourself.
Explain it now. Okay. So with different like Pisces is the sign for spirituality.
Okay.
Okay. So right before we get to spirituality, we have the zodiac and astrology and all the things, the sun, moon, stars, everything, all the elements out there that can help you understand yourself. See, this is the I know. As you get into astrology, which we have some book references at the end of this for you guys. If you want to get into it, I have books that are so easy and good. Astrology will help you get to know yourself, like at the root. All of the facade gets to fade away, and you get to read about the things on the moment that you were born and you were taking your first breath. All of the stars, all of the planets, everything was aligned and shining down a certain energy on you as you took your first breath. And that creates an imprint on your soul for things that can happen in your life, for energies that influence you, for whatever. So when you understand astrology, that is the I know myself now. That is the stand up for yourself. That is like what's at your core, because you can be raised in an environment where you never know any of this but still feel different, but the knowledge is not accessible. In Aquarius, the knowledge becomes accessible and you know it so well you can use it. You can, like, I know that Capricorn is I use, right? It's the physical part of it, but the Aquarius side of it is the I know why I use it. I'm guided with an internal purpose. Aquarius is definitely like soul's purpose type stuff. So knowing astrology can help you live your soul's purpose or uncover things that you're like, I always felt different about this, but I could never explain it. Explain yourself. I never felt like a Pisces ever in my whole life. I would meet other Pisces and I was like, these motherfuckers are crazy. Like, why cannot be a Pisces? I'm so different from them. I don't understand. Like, why am I so put together? And they're wackos. I didn't understand it. Well, it's because my rising and my moon are way different than what these other two people are. And that led me to like, oh, no wonder I'm so put together. And I like clean my own house and do things that seem really normal. And my life is together and I pay bills and I don't, you know, whatever, all the habits that, that sounds very judgmental. And I was definitely like, I'm judgmental.
Well, you're speaking of two people in particular that you had.
Yes, that I had interactions with
at a young
age.
Close to as a young age.
Yes.
So
So like in our
not
teens.
every Pisces.
No, I don't know every Pisces. We should have a Pisces party. I would love to see who else could like resonate with me. I don't know. I'm like, no, I think I'm more of a Virgo. I think I relate as a Virgo. Yeah. I think if I went to a Virgo party, I might fit in more, or a Libra party because I'm a Libra moon. But that understanding astrology. All right. Well, I'll just reference it now because we're talking about it. All right. Listen, you guys. Such a good book. Astrology for Real Life. It is a little workbook. All right. I know that doesn't look little, but it is. It goes through everything and it can help you understand your path, your children, your spouses, your mother-father relationships. Like it really describes everything. And it's written in such plain English and she describes everything perfectly. There's no fluff in this book. And that's what I really love about it. So yes. I don't do many book recommendations because I feel like, you know, buying stuff can be unnecessary. A lot of it's free on the internet. But with astrology, you need a system to understand it. And this provides a system, a very, very, very good system. So astrology for real life. I definitely 100%. If I could buy a copy for everybody who showed up tonight, I would. That's a magical book to help you understand.
Well, then you have another one called Magical Astrology.
Not as helpful.
Oh,
not
okay.
as helpful.
Well, I have Awakening Astrology by Molly McCord, which I really find very, very.
I listen to all of her podcasts though. Like she's great.
Molly McCord's really good.
She's amazing live.
She has podcasts. Yes. She's got a YouTube and podcast and a website, and she's written a bunch of books. And she's very good at make easy to understand.
Yes.
And her stuff just, it's like, it all clicks. I'm like, oh, wow. Like when I read about myself. So she's the one who she's the one who introduced me to where I really understood how the planets, the sign before and after we're born. So I'm a Scorpio. So how Libra influences me and how Sagittarius influences me. So yeah, that's a really good book. Awakening Astrology. I have it around here somewhere.
Well, so that's really interesting because Billy asked, do we believe in cusps? Yes. Cusps. We're on a cusp right now. So that's why Kat and I are sort of feeling this Aquarius energy a little before it actually starts. And cusps are totally real. And Billy, let me tell you something. The science behind cusps does not lie, because actually, if you look into the different types of astrology, there's Western astrology, which most of us here in the US follow and everybody writes about. It does not take into account that our universe is still expanding. And so technically, if you wanted to get really technical, our system is totally effed up. When you have something rising, something else is already rising before it. And our zodiac is not even degrees. Like Pisces controls 30% of the sky or something crazy because it's a massive piece. Like it's a massive constellation. So when we do our little wheel, those are all just like, it's just slighted.
Natal charts? You mean when you do the natal chart?
Yeah, when you do your natal chart and you've got this system of 12 and you look at it, like it shows everything perfectly even, and it's just not. Aries and Pisces overlap. You have Pisces and then you have Aries like down here in the Pisces symbol. It's really crazy. And you're like, well, so how does that affect everything?
Which
But
is, I think, how sometimes how we can just not relate to our astrological
Yes,
sign, the
yeah.
sun sign that we were born under. It's like,
Mhm.
wow, nothing fits with, with me, with that sign.
So if you want to research it, I feel like following Western astrology is just easier for me. But I do know of, I can't even remember the name of it, the astrology that follows the actual movement of the universe. And so every year it changes a little bit to when seasons start and end, and then how things transition and where things are in the sky. It's a lot of math also. So I gave that up. I'm like,
I don't,
do
speaking
without
of giving
that.
up, it's like, I don't want to give up my Scorpio persona because I sort of like that about myself.
well, you're
All
in November
those-
8th. So you're not, I mean, you should
Yeah.
still be really
Yeah.
square. I'm February 22nd. I'm like 3 days into Pisces. So, I mean, I could possibly be Aquarius. Oh, I mean, maybe. So, well, that brings up a funny point because we've been in Pisces, the Pisces several millennia, right? And we're moving into the Aquarius season. There was that song in the 70s, right?
Yeah, Age of Aquarius.
The age,
right?
oh, that's what they're calling it, the age. So technically what's happening is our whole entire system is shifting into a different zodiac sign. So we were in Pisces for a long time. Funny little thing. I'm just going to say it. Jesus's symbol, or the Christian symbol, when it first started 2,000 years ago, it was the fish, and we were in Pisces season. I'm just saying, there's like a connection there. Pisces,
So
fish.
the Age of Aquarius is supposed to be the Age of Enlightenment. So
It is the Age of Enlightenment.
So
yes,
this is like a 2,000 year. If Christ was
2,000 years
is
of,
about 2,000 years
Yeah.
of this period of time where
Yeah.
we're under this.
well, we're under the different zodiac signs. So you can read about this online. I definitely didn't write anything in the notes for this. This came up spontaneously, as Aquarius likes to do. But as we move, we're moving backwards through the zodiac signs, which sounds really weird because nothing technically moves backwards.
So
but-
Reba has asked us, do you believe in Chinese zodiac? So
yeah. I mean,
I've never been able really to connect with it. Is this like the rooster and is that the zodiac, or is it just the years?
that is Chinese zodiacs.
Okay,
yes.
yeah.
The dog, the
rooster,
the monkey,
yeah, it goes
the
by
snake,
like the
yes.
year. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know a lot
The
about
influence,
it.
yeah. If you look at it, so there's not as many books as accessible, and it's more cryptic. I have found. I lived in Japan for 4 years, you guys. So not that that's China by any means, but that's more of a Buddhist culture that still has all of these things blend together over there. So they very much celebrate New Year's, the Lunar New Year, which is coming up in just a couple days, which is the start of the Chinese New Year, which signifies a new zodiac year. And I actually don't know what it is. I haven't checked on it. But when you look at your sign and it's a year-long process, just look into like what it symbolizes, because then you also have the different elements. You have like wood, metal.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I can remember off the
I
top of
remember
my head.
that
I mean,
now,
obviously
yeah.
it's probably water too.
Yeah, because you
But-
used to know what Tony was he was a metal rooster or something like that.
She's being so polite, you guys. I've never called it a rooster because I am a sailor. So I called it a metal cock. So that's just the real life I live. They don't say rooster over there. Their word is definitely
Cock.
definitely.
All
Okay.
right, well.
So, and I am a woodcock. So there's just, my son is a dog and his dad was a dog. So that's weird too. I'm like, ooh.
Yeah, I'm something like, I don't remember, but I didn't connect with it. But let's see.
February
Hold on.
17th.
I want to tell
Rabbit.
Tabitha happy early birthday. Your birthday's on Saturday. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
And she's
We sing
right
a
on the
song to
cusp.
you. Yeah.
She's on the cusp.
You know,
Yeah.
with cuspers, what's great about that is you get to choose. You literally live in that limbo system where you're like, I'll attribute this half of my life to the Aquarius part and this half of my life to the Pisces part. And I just get to switch between them. So you can be fluid. You can be whatever you want to be. A hermaphrodite of zodiacs. That's what you can be, whatever you want to be.
All right. So who has any like big ideas for things to do with community or change or something
My
that you
mind
might
went
have been
crazy.
something that you might have been thinking about it? I know for me it is I've got on my list launch the Solitary Witch Society. It's an idea that I came up with like a year ago. I bought the domain name, and the idea behind Solitary Witch Society is a place where witches can connect from everywhere. So a sort of a
Which social
forum.
media?
So it's sort of like a forum where you have to sign in and then you can participate in groups and things like that. And so I have it halfway formulated in my mind, but I haven't sat down and done the work. But I feel like this might be the time because the energy really supports this. Like go
Yes.
out and do
Yes.
something that, innovative.
Dramatic.
Yeah, dramatic.
Dramatic,
And
innovative,
ultimately,
humanitarian. Also, that's bringing people together. There's the
yeah,
social
because we
aspect of
really
this.
get the message from a lot of people that what they're looking for.
All the
And
hearts.
and thank you for your support. For those of you who are like, great idea,
Yes,
thank you so much. I forgot what I was saying. This is the time we were talking about humanitarian efforts, community.
Yes.
It's about community.
This is
I
the
was
time
saying
that
what we
supports
hear
that.
so much from the
yes.
people in our groups is that, they want to connect with others. And ultimately what I'd like to do is form groups around the country and go visit and do training and things like that. Witch training. I don't know, witch retreats, oh my gosh. I mean, how fun would that be?
Yes, I'm so ready for that.
Let's go have a witch camp out like in the Grand Canyon or Sedona. Ooh.
I'm telling you what. So Kat and I have talked about, we've done local meetups in Florida last year. Was it last year? Yeah.
Yes.
It feels so long ago.
Yeah, it feels long ago.
And we've actually talked about, we get a cluster of witches in certain cities. And we're like, what if we took a trip to that city though? I mean, and we just met with everybody there, like just one place and like give everybody the date. And then we go to the cities. So we're willing to travel to meet people. And so with her Solitary Witch Society, it would be Solitary Witches meeting though. Like they would, and then you'd have like city representatives. That sounds weird.
Yeah, but you would have like somebody
representatives in the area.
Somebody who kind of like wants to lead and helps organize and stuff. Because obviously, we can't fly all over the place and just have regular meetings. But there are people who want to be involved and who are like, I'm looking for my tribe. I'm looking for my witch tribe. So where are you?
Creating the tribe.
Yeah. So where are you?
Aquarian.
And then gathering those people together and just, if it's not for fellowship, if it's for learning, if it's just, I know. Oh my gosh.
You're talking to my spirit language now. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I've thought about buying like 5 or 6 tents
Salem
and like having it in my yard. I have room for, how many tents do you think I could fit in my yard?
Quite a few.
I mean, in the back, just in the back.
How big are the tents? How many do they hold?
I'm like 5 apiece. I don't know. We could probably fit.
I don't know. I bet we could get 2 solid rows of probably like 5 or 6 tents, like in that aisle going down the middle, and then that would be very cool.
Oh, the dreams. This is Aquarian season.
So this is the time for that kind of thinking. And
Augusta's not far away, Mitzi. She says she's in Augusta. I mean, that's not far away. We have direct flights from Atlanta to Sarasota. Just saying.
And we have a lot of witches in our group that are Florida witches because I saw that in the chat. Like, I'm in Florida too.
Exciting.
Yeah, so exciting. So anyway, if you've been, having an idea about doing something like what seems kind of crazy, I don't know what that might be. Maybe you're thinking about getting involved in, and something that's really important in your community, like, helping people that are homeless or fighting for rent controls or something like that, where you're like, this is the time to go ahead and take that plunge and get involved because the energy of Aquarius is supporting you.
The whole energy of the universe is supporting us to be outside of the box thinkers, do new things, and support like humanitarian efforts. It's to grow our world. That's the best way that I can put it. Because I wrote down some like things to do for this season. And, one of them is actually like, try to contribute to world peace, whatever that means for you. Try to protect people from other people or, whatever it is that's a humanitarian effort for you, do that thing, whether it's like a walkathon, it's weird to say like, go out and protest. Cause I never have, But if that was something that you'd be interested in doing and spending your time to like support an effort, I did just find myself talking to my son who's 17 and he's had 2 girlfriends about the abortion thing in the United States and how, like, you know, this is a human right. This is not like this is just the whole thing around that. I was like, oh my God, I'm on a soapbox. And I've never been on a soapbox before with that situation. But to try to move things along that give every human all the rights, all the time, everywhere. I've been involved in 2 wars overseas. I served in Iraq and Afghanistan, and I was fighting for the lives of every party there. I didn't, besides the actual people that were the terrorists, I wanted to keep the people in the country safe because they wanted to be safe. They didn't choose this. And then the Americans that went there to fight, they also need to be kept safe. So I did jobs that supported that humanitarian effort. And do you know what? Come to think of it, you guys, I got both of those jobs within Aquarius season. Like I got my one job in January. That's like right at the end of January, the beginning of February. That's crazy. This just hit me. And then my job going to Iraq, I got in January, but I didn't ship out until March. I just blew my own mind because I never related it to the season of when I got my job.
Wow.
Ooh, I kind of got chills and maybe a tear. I don't know. But I met so many great people over there that truly just wanted, I guess what we would call like the American dream, but whatever their dream was, to just like live with their family and live in peace and not have war and hostility and to not be treated as different because they were born in a country that is not of their choosing. Like nobody chooses to be born where they're born, technically. So it was really hard. And then in Nashville last year, I did get to meet an interpreter who worked in Iraq during the years I worked there. And he was he's the only person I've ever met who actually made it to America. So when you're an interpreter for the United States government, you can basically buy your citizenship if you serve for so long. It's the same thing with the military. They go into other countries, they recruit. And if you're in the military for 4 years, you become a U.S. citizen. That's the price you pay. So interpreters for Iraq and Afghanistan, they worked for so many years, whether it was 2 to 4 years, and then they were granted U.S. citizenship or at least a green card to come over here and live with their families. And in Nashville, my Uber driver, I was actually seeing one of our witch friends from the group, Joan, and my Uber driver back from seeing her was a guy who transitioned from Iraq with his family 10 years ago. And I was like, what? Like in Baghdad? Like you. And so we shared these stories. And literally when he got me to my hotel, I was like, can I please get a hug? I was like, I'm shocked and I'm so happy. Like you made it. The military doesn't allow us to maintain communications with people who still live over there. So anybody I met, I couldn't keep in contact with. But then I met this one guy and he was like the pillar of, this works. This is success. He's been in the United States. He's had like, you know, a business that he owns. And he became an Uber driver and all the things that he's done. I was crying at the bar, which looks super sad, but I was like, no, it's happy tears, you guys. It's happy. I'm really happy right now because it was the first person that I got to meet that actually got out of the country and was successful, came here, had a family, brought his whole family. Like everything was going great for this guy. And I just, like I don't know. It still is just emotional and very powerful, but that's the seeds of change that you can plant or become involved in that then change people's lives for the better. So I had in here like working with the homeless, working with veterans, working with people who are destitute of some kind, like, and I don't mean get used by people, you know, don't go out there and give in efforts that, you know, are pointless, but do things where people need help. They're asking for help, then help those people. That's the bigger humanitarian thing that Aquarius can stand for.
We have a lot of different, you know, social issues in our communities,
This is
in our world, in our country, and in our backyards. And so you could pick any one of those that speaks to your soul, that speaks to your heart, that would give you a feeling of making a contribution and making a difference in the world, and get involved in that. This is the time for, so if it's something that you've thought about and pondered like me with the Solitary Witch Society,
bringing people together. Yeah, like it doesn't have to be the volunteer stuff or like, you know, it doesn't have to get emotional, but it can be something that's more profound for you. I totally lost my train of thought. I was going to say something. I don't know. There was something else. Okay, I'm going to go into Oh gosh, it's 7:41. We don't have a clock on this thing, so I had to look at my watch, you guys. But I wanted to give you some to-dos, some things to think about, to consider, to do.
Do you need to go outside or something?
Tank is all excited.
I don't know what he's excited about.
He's in there jumping all over the bed.
He knows it's getting close to WALK. I have to spell it because if you say the word, he'll jump up here.
He'll knock the camera over. All right. So the one thing to remember is that Aquarius is ruled by air. So this is like communication, it's thoughts, it's electronic communication. So emails, cell phones, calls, texts, voicemails, all the things. And that's why it's so great that we're out of Mercury retrograde. Because now we can like fully live in Aquarius season, which we're going over on Monday. And
Uranus is in retrograde until,
but only till Saturday or Sunday.
Until Saturday,
so
the 22nd. Yeah. And I wrote down what Uranus. Where did I write that? Okay, let's see. What does Uranus rule? Remind me, because I'm losing my notes. No, in terms of like energies.
That's Aquarius' symbol, Uranus' symbol is for, it looks like a little satellite thing. And that's what it's about. It's about shifting the way everything happens because it's being satellite transmitted. So where it's like new communication, new ways of thinking, new ways of doing things, interstellar travel. It's all the crazy stuff. The mad scientist,
innovation, originality, change, freedom, and revolution. So that's Uranus, and it's been in retrograde, and it's getting ready to get out of retrograde. Saturday. And then we will have no planets in retrograde until like the third week
March.
of April.
April and March.
April. I think it's April 20th when Mercury goes retrograde.
We're gonna go through so many months with no retrogrades. We're gonna be so.
We're not even gonna know how to act. Yeah.
We're not gonna know how to act. We're like, am I walking the right way? I don't know what I'm doing. This feels weird.
Yeah.
Okay. I did have some things, some to-dos. That's what I was starting with. Okay. So I'm gonna read them because I don't remember them. I want you guys to be prepared to try something totally new, okay, that puts you outside of your comfort zone. And I want you to do this thing, whatever it is, especially if a significant other or family member asks you to do it. Say you don't ever want to paint or use pottery or go skydiving or learn to drive a tractor trailer, whatever it is, ride a horse, dive into the ocean. Like my sister is terrified of deep water. Whatever it is that's presented to you during the Aquarius season, try it out. This is the time to get totally outside of your comfort zone. So when somebody close to you, that's that social network thing, asks you to do something that's like way outside of your scope, go all in. Take on a new persona to do it if you have to. Be like, all right, well, instead of Jamie, now I'm T Swizzle, and I'm going to go to her concert and wear like a crazy costume, and I don't know what's going to happen.
Okay. Well, I'm doing something. I'm accepting an invitation to a Super Bowl party to a couple of people that I don't really know them, and I won't know anybody there. And I'm not really a huge football fan, but I'm going because I didn't think about it being Aquarius season, but I want to expand.
Now she's got to do it.
I want to expand my horizons and and interact with people. So I'm doing that. That's whatever.
I'm
Super
so
Bowl
proud of you. Am I invited?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know if I have a +1. Did you want to be my +1?
I mean, I could at least come there and help you feel more comfortable. Maybe. I don't know. I don't want to be your crutch either. Though.
No, I don't want to
get
crutch.
way outside of your comfort zone.
I want to get outside my comfort zone.
So I know we mentioned this already, but it's to look for something that you can stand up for, whether there's drives or walks or protests within your community, something that you can stand for, petitions you can sign. Look for ways to stand up for what you believe in, whatever that looks like for you. So that's the other thing to do during Aquarius season, or to look out for. All right, you guys know I don't like to say like watch out or negative or whatever, but here is what Aquarius season can also bring up. Acknowledging your limiting beliefs. And these include things like prejudices or being very judgmental or assuming things about people. It's stereotypes. It's all the things that we use our human brain for to calculate our situations that can be really misleading because we don't know other people's lives. You can see an older person and make lots of judgments about them, especially when they're not driving well. But we have no idea what they're dealing with. That's an example from my life because I deal with that all the time. And I try not to be mean thinking about the old people on the road that annoy me sometimes. So I'm trying to
they
be
pretty much
gracious.
annoy everybody, actually. So
It's just that driving 35 and a 55 is very rude. So I'm just thinking of manners, but
that's how
I
we
have
think.
no idea what they're, maybe their
Yeah.
driver didn't show up. Maybe their person that's supposed to help them. Maybe they need groceries. They haven't been out of the house.
They
in a year.
can't
I don't
see
know.
over the steering wheel.
There's a
some
lot
of
of
them.
things.
Like, yeah, there's all kinds of
So
things.
these are
going on.
times to address your stereotypes,
Preconceived
your
notions.
about people, even things like country people are stupid because they talk with the twang, or like city people are assholes because I always thought that about New York, and then I went there and everybody was super nice and I had a great time. It was like, wow, this is nothing like people described it anywhere. Like nobody was rude or mean or anything. There was no mean New Yorkers. Like everybody was so nice. Every place was pleasant. So I got to step outside of that last year.
I love that, Natasha. So Natasha raised her kids to protest. And
wow, that's so bold. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
Yeah.
I have not. I raised my kid to think for himself, and he's in the stupid stage right now. Like he doesn't know anything. So.
And I raised mine to be independent. So
Yes.
that was my thing, like to stand on their own 2 feet.
So we all ran away and did shit that she didn't want us to do. That's what we did.
That was my reward for raising independent kids. It's like, yeah, they're all like,
to bite her.
Bye, see you later. No, we're not listening to you.
We're grown at 14. We'll do what the hell we want. But we all came back around to love and cherish our mother. It just took some time. All right. So that's acknowledging your own self-limiting beliefs, whatever that is. And then using your free will. All right. So nobody really talks about this in witchcraft, but we have this amazing thing here called free will. And it literally means that we can do whatever we want. Remember the template. All right. There's many things expected of you. Have a job, pay your bills, raise your kids, drive your car, get gas.
Especially as women,
whatever
in
it is.
society.
All right. So now I'm telling you, use your free will to break free of that. And it doesn't matter what anybody thinks about that. This is your life in this time to live the truest version of yourself that you can be. And anybody else who's trying to stop you from that, that's not love. That's them trying to make you fit into their life. They're trying to categorize you, put you on a shelf, and make sure that you look pretty there. And then that's it. You have no other purpose besides don't disturb their wall of monuments or whatever. This sounds way more dramatic.
The status
than it is.
quo. Yeah.
But it's just using your free will to live the way you want to, regardless of what other people might think of you or say or do. It doesn't matter. You will find the people who support you out there, because if the circle that surrounds you doesn't support you, there will be people out there who find you and go like, you're amazing.
You will draw them.
You're amazing. Please keep doing this. You're great. I love this. I totally support you. You'll find them. They'll find you. All right. So that's using your free will. I have to turn my page. Oh, well, I did write in here because this is a master number 11. And what this number signifies.
The month.
No, the sign.
Oh, the sign.
Aquarius is the 11th sign. And 11 is a master number. It's the only one within our zodiac symbols, right? So what this means is heightened intuition. You're all here because you're mostly witches and you believe you are, or you know you are, or you're waiting to see if you are. But you have heightened intuition. It's why you're drawn to this. Natural intelligence. It means that you don't believe the bullshit that's put out over the, PSAs, the public service announcements. It's like, eat your Wheaties, grow up strong, make sure you have milk for calcium. We create calcium when we stand in the sun. We don't actually need milk. So dismiss all the PSAs that you've ever heard in your life and live your truest self, because the master number 11, which is the Aquarius number, is also spiritual insight. So as you go through this system and you do the things that you know are right for you, you gain in spiritual insight. Remember, the Aquarius motto is, I know. That means you're gaining in spiritual insight, which prepares you wonderfully for the Pisces season coming up. All right, I think I have one or two more. Oh, all right. Number 5 is super simple and really fun and creative. Collect the things or be in the things that represent the air symbol. So if you do nothing else, like maybe you're like, I'm not protesting because I'm not going to protest. I don't like big crowds, and the thought of like people being angry, it gives me anxiety. I don't want to do it. But if I wanted to just participate in the Aquarius season in a very natural way, I would go out into the elements of air, collect feathers, stand in a windstorm, watch a thunderstorm, be in the air, symbols, like, have smoke around you. You could do fire and watch the smoke come off of it, burning incense or anything that has smoke and anything traveling through the air. Write poetry, anything using your mind, your words, your thoughts. Send emails that are kind and caring. Write cards to the people that you love and tell them, I really love you and I'm so glad you're in my life. I got the best Christmas card that was handmade by something called quilling. Do you know what quilling is? Mm-hmm. It's where you roll these little pieces of paper, and there was a whole little design, and I'm literally going to frame it because it's a piece of art, and it's a freaking hummingbird, which I love hummingbirds, which my husband calls me hummingbird. So I don't even know if she knew that, but the card was that. And I'm like, wow, that is, the connection there is super special. So anything that gets your mind involved, the communication, love, whatever it is, do those things. That's super simple. You don't even have to think about it. That's like normal human reaction to stuff. And you can use that to really embrace the Aquarius season. Oh, my last one is, if anybody is wondering about spells, because this is new beginnings time. In bulk, the first holiday for the spring is coming up. And so this is all about new. So I wrote down like A to G, however many numbers that is, types of spells that you could do if you wanted to do spell work using the Aquarius season. So I have spells about friendship. Maybe you want more, maybe you need to extricate one, maybe you need to let go of something, but spells about friendship, however that is. New experiences. Go to
that Super Bowl party that you get invited to. Super Bowl party that you get invited to that you would never go to because you don't care about football.
Yes. She literally asked me, she was like, he wants to go to a Dolphin. He wants me to watch the Dolphins. Is that hockey? I was like, oh my God, Mom, the Miami Dolphins. I'm like, this. Like, it's a very popular football team. She didn't know it. I was like, oh gosh.
Well, it took I'm not used to them calling by this. I usually just call the names. Yeah. Kansas City, Denver, Miami, Tampa.
So she was like, oh, Miami. Oh, for the Dolphins? Oh, okay, great. Yeah. Loved it. So new experiences. Get out there and make new experiences. Big changes or shifts. So if you want to do a spell for big changes or shifts, whatever that looks like, the Aquarius season is all about shifting the status quo and making big changes. Then it's breaking free from stagnant conditions. You're stuck. You feel icky, grimy, like you're in goo. Or if you need to break from toxic relationships, okay, this is the time. Let it go. Let that go. Next is freedom and independence. That's part of breaking free, I feel like, but freedom and independence to do and say what you want. Remember that if somebody truly loves you, they're going to help you, watch you, walk you, be there beside you through your transition to your own independence, because that's what love does. It shifts with the times. People who don't love you, they just want you to fit in the box. They're going to be like, yeah, you don't fit here anymore, so maybe we shouldn't be whatever. And be like, okay, thank you for your time and your lessons. I'm going to move on to bigger and better things. Done. Next is working in groups, which Kat already kind of talked about by doing the Solitary Witch Society stuff. It's like getting into groups. This is the time to work in groups. So if you ever wanted to cast with a couple of witches, if you ever wanted to like get involved with a circle, now's a good time to try that out. It's the season for groups and getting together. And then lastly, I already said this earlier, but I did put in like world peace, world advancement, world betterment, whatever that is for you. Find the thing that you can make an effort in and then do that, through Aquarius season or longer, whatever that feels like for you. And that is all my notes. So I don't know if you have anything else, but
I had like self-care. So
self-care
because this is a time where you may not feel like doing anything, that mundane stuff like laundry and dishes and grocery shopping, but also just taking care of yourself, like eating well, or
what if you tried new fruits or vegetables?
or getting your sleep. So this is a time to, try something new. If you're tired of
Try new
cooking,
recipes.
I'm like, find a new place to eat out. That's what I wrote down, because I'm single and I don't want to cook for myself. Or go for a walk outside and get some fresh air, or take naps. Allow yourself to take naps if you don't. Most of all,
Most of all, yeah.
Stay generous and open-hearted, and remember that we all depend on each other. And that's a good thing for like any time. So I think that's going to be my sign off from now on. Stay generous and kind and open-hearted. We all depend on each other. And I think that's
I depend on you.
I know, I depend on you too.
You do?
Absolutely.
Can you name how you depend on me?
Oh my gosh. Well, you pick me up every morning to go to the gym. You train me at the gym. Let's see.
You feed me after the gym. You make coffee after the gym.
You walk my dog while I get ready for work.
You watch my kid or take him to work sometimes when I have to.
I do. Yep. Yeah. We're
doing each other solids over here. We're trying.
We are.
We're helping each other out.
Okay.
That is what we have for you for preparing for Aquarius season coming up, and just like.
And if you do something, gosh, share it with us, come back and share it with us. If you step outside your comfort zone and go do something, or like, man, I never thought I would try this or do that. I think you were going to do 5Ks every month, weren't you?
You say that like I haven't accomplished it yet. January is still happening. I haven't failed on that yet.
That's all right.
You're gonna see how many times she calls me out. I mean, this is a thing.
I'm encouraging you.
I
would do the 5Ks too, but I'm walking because my knees are bad, so I'm not running.
Community cleanups. I've been involved in a couple of those, which are really nice. So we just clean up beaches and like the inlets and stuff where people. Yeah. You find the weirdest trash.
Find volunteer opportunities, especially as the spring's coming up. There'll be more of those that'll help your community. Yep. What about love spells? What about love spells for this season?
So during Aquarius season, it's not romantic love, it's friendship love. Not that you listen, remember the best time to do a spell is when you feel ready for it. Don't let a season, a moon, a day of the week stop you from anything. If you feel it, do it. But the season of Aquarius would really promote friendship love, not romantic love. Yeah.
Well, and that's crazy because I actually signed up for a meetup to go with a group that I signed up with a ladies group like 3 or 4 months ago. I've never been to anything. And then I saw one, it's like, this is just a small group and we're going to meet. There's like going to be like 6 people. It's all newbies. And I'm like, I'm going to that because I haven't met any of these ladies in this huge group. I did this a couple of weeks ago. Okay, so with me, I'm always experiencing the energy way ahead of the actual dates when they say, I don't know if anybody else that happens. You're either experiencing it way before or after. But for me, it's always early. It always comes early. So I signed up for that. I'm doing that. The Super Bowl party. I'm like, I'm really feeling I
didn't get an invite to this ladies' night out there either. I'm going to need to find some people to hang out with while my mom's off gallivanting.
And of course I got on Tinder. So, it's not really community, but it is putting myself out there, trying something new. It's it's conversations that are happening. No dates yet, but I'm all right with that.
So Aries season is the passion and the fire season. So if you wanted to do something with love in the Aries season, which is middle of March through middle of April, that is a time for like fiery passion. The only problem with sometimes starting relationships during that fire season is that they can fizzle out if there's not a true connection underneath. So you have like fire and passion, but you need to make sure that there's the underneath connection as well if you start something during the Aries season. Pisces season, I would not tell anybody to start a relationship, even though like Valentine's Day is just not very short of Pisces season. And it's like, oh, we can be cute. No. Pisces season is really about getting to know yourself spiritually and what you want and redirecting your energies towards something that's bigger than yourself. It's like, I realize that I am a body with a soul in it, and I want to live the soul purpose, not the body purpose. And that's breaking free of a template as well. It fits into Capricorn, Aquarius, and then Pisces, where it's the I believe in why I'm here and what I'm doing, and it needs to be greater than the physical life that I lead. It's going to leave ripples through generations.
It
the
also
things that I
fits
do.
into the year, this year, as being
We're-
a 7.
Yeah, we're going to talk
Being a
about
s-
that in the next meetup. But yes,
Being a 7
this
year.
year's a 7.
About being
Spirituality.
about spirituality. So,
man. So on Monday, you guys, we're wrapping it up. But on Monday, we are going to go through what the Aquarius new moon means for the coming year. Because if you didn't feel like your New Year's went very well, because
There's a lot
Mercury
of
and
us.
Mars were in retrograde, and damn it if that aren't the planets of like action, determination, and doing
it really
stuff.
screwed me up. I didn't do anything.
And then in
for like
Capricorn
3 weeks.
season,
Yeah.
it's like it just canceled out everything.
Yep.
When we hit this Aquarius new moon next week, this is really the time for realign with the energies of this year and go forward. So we kind of got like a 3-week late start for our year. So if you have felt like you didn't do enough to begin your new year, you didn't set enough goals, you didn't commit yourself to something within your craft, whatever it is, it's coming. It's coming with this Aquarius new moon, because remember, this is like think outside the box, try new experiences, get out there and make goals, like take action. All of that we're going to go through on Monday, as well as the numerology of the year, which is the year of the 7, spirituality. That's my number. That's my husband's number. So that's Monday.
Okay.
All right.
And we hope to see you.
We will see you
back here
on
Monday.
Not late. We'll be on time. I'll make sure we get everything situated.
We'll be at your house on Monday.
Yeah.
We're trading off so that one of us
Perhaps
isn't
my
always
house,
driving to the other place.
Gotta make it equal. That
Virgo, hello, Libra.
Virgos and Libra,
All right.
gotta make it equal.
All right, you guys. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. It was great having you. We really appreciate all of you being here.
Oh my
and
gosh.
Knowing you.
Knowing you.
Getting to know you.
Remember, you can contact us through the Meetup app. You can email us at 7greensisters@gmail.com. That felt weird to say, but and then we're around all the time. So bring your questions, comments. If you comment on the YouTube channel, if you're watching this late, you can definitely comment in the video. And guess what? We respond. We watch this every day. It's very important to us. So as 2 people sort of slightly disconnected from our entire group that we love so much, and we've spent 2 years doing this. We love you guys. We want the best for you. We want the highest purpose and for you to live your best life ever. And we will see you on Monday.
On Monday.
On Monday.
Good night.
Have a great weekend.